Welcome, Fogs. This is the Punkery Show here. I've got the radio in the background just to make sure I can hear myself. And it's been quite a while since we've been on the radio here. Lots of weird snit has happened. There you go, it works. Perfect. So, last week we canceled the show because I assumed that the radio was broken. And then later that same day, I believe, some guy online was like, he was commenting on the music on the radio. And I was like, the radio must be down. It's down. So I type /radio, and guess what? The radio was working. So, yes. Excellent. Yes.
Nice deductions.
Yes, great deductions. Shout out to Ghost Hunter on the server. Ghost Hunter, the OG dude. Just saw him on the server. He just spawned a cheetah. Should spawn a banshee, not a cheetah. But you know, that's fine. That's fine.
There's track up in the skies.
I don't know about that.
There is at City Hall. You should try it out. I'm driving on it now with Premiere. Not the best car.
There's a track. A track.
Yeah, like a track.
I thought you said something else. Yeah, Ghost Hunter is always known for the Premiere tracks around the server, and you're using a Premiere on the Premiere track. That's a bad choice. Wow, what a punk. Speaking of punks, so a few days ago was the most obvious Donkey Today in Donkey Day history. Let me just turn the mic up here. I just want to make sure my gain is 100% so I can destroy the ears of all the people. And I just forgot to turn down cache on the thing, so you just remember that. But, you know, what happened a few days ago, and I understand that, you know, gonna talk about Kiko and Rocky, and people may be like, oh, Shauna, just giving more attention to snitters. Well, you know, this is the Punkery Show, and I can talk about anything because we gotta fill time. I gotta fill time. So
you don't get paid per hour, you idiot.
Exactly. You know, you don't get paid. You gotta fill time anyway. You know, we'll be here for an hour. You gotta fill time. So, you know, the forum suicide. I didn't want to go too far into the Donkey today because, you know, I didn't want to put so much editing effort into telling a story of a dude that intentionally did something donkey worthy. You know, the spirit of doing Donkey today is to show people of a person that does dumb snit that you may not know of or whatever, but everyone and their mother knew and anticipated Kiko and Rocky, or mostly Kiko, I guess, and the way that he formed suicide. You know, there's this thing we call self-control. You know, for those guys who are addicted to something, whether it be cigarettes or meth or food or CNR, you know, you gotta have the self-control if you so think you need the self-control to keep yourself off of that snit.
It wouldn't be addiction if you had self-control.
Well, exactly. You've got to combat the addiction by, you know, having self-control. And whenever you're doing something wrong, you have to know that it's wrong and take steps to stop it. Unless you're fine with it. You know, if you like smoking cigarettes and, I mean, you know it's bad, but you don't give a snit and you still want to smoke it, that's fine. Whatever. That's your life choice, blah blah. But down the line you're gonna pay for it. So for those people like Kiko who couldn't keep his fucking eyes, hands, and ears off of the CNR forums, you know, I know it's a Twitch. I understand that the forums used to be very good to read, but now it sucks. So I don't understand where that addiction would come from. But Kiko pretty much did it in the worst way possible. You know, a few months ago, back when people were getting bribes to ban him from the seeing our Discord, and people were, you know, they were ragging on Kiko, like Messed Up Smiley, Cyberg, other guys like that. They were ragging on Kiko, you know, World, you know, Vega, everybody. I was like, you know, I don't understand, you know, Kiko may be, you know, a dummy, but there are many dummies on this server, so I don't understand what is so different with Kiko, you know, compared to all the other dummies on the server. But I guess he and Rocky showed the dummy, the deep dummy in them, you know, because everyone and their mother could guess once their ban lifted that they would go around and post crap, like, you know, useless topics, Arabic. I don't know what kind of meme that is, but you know, like I was saying, what Kiko did was a great example of proving my point that no matter where a thought comes from, we're all stupid. Everybody is fucking stupid. And you know, I noticed that Donkey the Days get way more attention when it is against a popular Europe snit. All right, and we got a lot of stuff to read here, so I said to give some prayer hands in the comment section, which people did. But also, I got a comment on Vinix. I definitely don't want to get into an argument with this dude on the comment section, because there'd be no point. But he did say, and I'm glad he said this, he said everyone can get form activation now, so someone has to get deactivation though. Noob admins. Well, you know, here's the thing, and I heard a quote that was very apt. I don't remember who said it, but just because the requirements for getting on the this is dead. This is dead.
I jumped out of the burning car on the track, and the explosion propelled me off the track.
Like I was saying, so Vinix is trying to say, well, look at all these snitters getting on the forums. That must mean that all us quote-unquote good dudes don't mean that much anymore, so we can just do whatever the fuck we want. And that's fucking stupid. It's fucking dumb. Just because a dude like Left 4 Dead or Zura, Notico's friend or cousin, whoever it is, gets on the forum doesn't mean people should be going off into a tailspin getting mad. Okay? You know, and that's also proved by all the guys that provoke Chivo. You know, that's the thing. And one more thing about Chivo, you know, I understand that Chivo is a dude who pulls the quick trigger, but, you know, some of y'all have to get some common sense, alright? Even if you go and attack Chivo in a legitimate way, or mostly legitimate way, you've got to know there is a possibility that you'll get your ass destroyed. You know, and it's all the same, you know. Kiko and Rocky destroying themselves from the forums. Vinix getting banned by Chivo. Small Kick is getting banned by Chivo, you know. All that is pretty much the same, you know. You take a risk in which you know what the outcome is, and yet you still do it anyway, and then you complain. Look around. Where's Crazy Bob? Alright, Crazy Bob ain't here. His girl ain't here. Her ex-boyfriend joins every 3 weeks to be a faggot. He ain't here either, you know. So I don't understand what people really expect when they do stuff like destroy Chivo in a possibly shady way, or post crap on the forum, and expect to go scotch-free, to test out your privilege and all this. Because here's the thing, no Albanian dude's gonna do that. Alright, we call Albanians stupid and all this and that. No Albanian dude's gonna do that. You know, when Destiny got back on the forum, this dude was smart enough to know that if he fucked up, there's a chance to get his ass banned. Look at Left 4 Dead / Just Do It. This guy went through hell to try to get back on the forum. Everybody got so mad he was activated. But he knew, finally, after all that time, he knew that if he did something bad, he'd get his ass banned. And now all these people trying to use their privilege. They're trying to use their privilege. Shake it around. But they fail. And that is the definition of insanity. It's insanity. Let's see. So Night Blue, he's also trolling. He's like, bro, what did he do wrong? I still don't get it. People keep getting banned for no reason. Unbelievable. I tell you, man, it's a cult. And it's a cult that I wish had happened sooner. And thank God it happened. Because all of these Las Venturas players finally can get the stick up their ass and figure out that not everything is roses and that you've been spoiled all of this time. Las Venturas players have been spoiled all of this time, and finally they're feeling it. They are feeling the proverbial dick, as Belarus would say, go up their ass, and they are, for some reason, inviting it.
Oh, PG-13.
I mean,
kids are playing this game, for sure.
Oh, I mean, listen, kids are growing up faster than ever, guys, you know. By the time you turn 10, you know everything. You know, back when I was 10, I knew nothing. In fact, when I was 15, I knew nothing. So these days, kids have it good. You know, they know everything when they're 10 years old.
Actually, Rashawn has just discovered Tinder.
Listen, we can get Kyle Smith back on the show if we want to get a tutorial on Tinder, all right? Because I don't.
Wait, did he meet his girl on Tinder?
I'm almost sure he met his girl on Tinder, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
She's really good looking for a.
For a. She's good looking for a.
Girl.
Oh, I was about to say. Well, I mean, listen. Okay, so you know, okay, listen. Yeah, we're not going into Tinder. All right, Tinder is it's a thing. You know, I don't know if any Morats in chat right now know what Tinder is or have gone through Tinder. You know.
Maybe they know Grindr.
Oh no.
You know what it is?
Yes, Poetic was the first person to tell me what that is, and
how does he know? Ooh la la.
I don't know. I mean, he watched porn with Backfire before, so you know he may be just a bit gay. You know, he may be just a bit gay. You know, so Poetic may know all about that. Is it just like a gay version of Tinder?
Yes.
Oh, well, I mean,
I never tried it, but I just know people told me.
Okay, I mean, the other day you were, you know, talking about switching over, you know, switching sides, so I would have guessed you would have gone on Grindr by now.
Listen, I cannot use Tinder in Slovenia because there's like 200k people, and the people I will match with will be like my cousins and uncles and I don't know who.
Okay, here's the thing.
Oh my god, I lost my prostitute. I don't know where she is.
I thought you were going to say you lost your prostate.
No.
Listen here, Kesh, right? I understand that the country of Slovenia has like 500 people, but if you are very interested in getting a mate, what your brother, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma says in reaction to seeing you on Tinder should not matter worth a snit.
Well, listen, would you want your mom or like cousins to know that you're on Tinder? I don't think so, right? So like, if I would legit join Tinder, like, literally, like, I would see people from my village there and they would know I'm on Tinder, and then my mom would know I'm on Tinder and she would be like, what are you doing on Tinder? you know,
Uh,
because like I tried it like once, like as a joke at my uni, and like there were like my professors on there and stuff, which
well,
bad.
I mean, your professor's trying to get. Uh, they're trying to get what they want too. I mean, shit. It's we're all human bins, as Stu Gatz and Little Tank would say. We all want our second half of the moon. You feel me? So
Oh
if
my god, that's so romantic.
yeah, so if first I don't know if this is a gender thing, because if my cousin or mom knew that I was on Tinder, I don't think they'd give a snip. I don't know if it's a gender thing or not. Is
I
it? Do you
don't
think
know.
so?
Maybe just because they don't know. I mean, what it is or something. I don't know. But like, in general, I just think like if you join Tinder and you're like in New York or something, the chances you'll come across someone that you know are so little. It's
Yeah,
like
it's very
insane.
small. Yeah.
But here, like, legit, like I tried it a few times, like just out of interest. Like I just wanted to see how it looks like and stuff. I didn't like swipe or anything like anyone. Okay, I'm safe. I fucking gasped at the same freaking part of the road again. Oh my god, it always gets me. But yeah, like I legit saw people that are like my cousin's friends and stuff like that. So yeah, nope.
And
It doesn't work.
that's awkward to you.
Yeah, that's awkward to me. Like
So
there's no privacy, I'm not that sort of a girl anyway, like to do like for one night or whatever. I don't know, something's wrong with me, but like I just don't like doing that. But even if I would want to, Slovenia is kind of fucked up when it comes to that. Like everyone is literally two people away from the next person, or something like that. So just because the country is tiny.
well, listen here, Kesh. Okay, first question is, if you see, for example, your cousin's friend on it, will it really make you think something? Will it really change the thought of that person next time you actually physically see them?
Yeah, well, like if I go with that dude, then my cousin will be like, he's my friend or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to know. It's weird.
I don't mean actually. No. I don't mean like match. I meant like just see them. Like next time you see them, you notice they're on it, and then when you see them, it's like it feels weird.
I will instantly be like, oh, that's not someone I want to mess with, or like, just don't want to like. They're my cousin's friends or whatever.
Look who's fucking gasping. Wow, that is such faggery. I tell you, I'll never know what it feels like to live in a small country, but that is such faggery. You guys are very what's the word? With the word ill-privileged. I tell you, too bad. But listen, if I was in your shoes, if that's even a word, but if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't give a snit. I wouldn't give a snit at all who saw me on it, because chances are the person who sees me on it is on it too, and that would be the entire point. Okay, so yeah, that's too damn bad. See, what my grandmother told me was you can meet girls at the beach, at the mall, but you could also meet girls on the internet, but that's usually not a good idea. So yeah.
Well, your grandma knows. Maybe she tried it. Actually,
no.
Like legit, like I translate here and there, some things. And recently I got really a lot of translations for the websites that are like for people dating over 50 or 60 only. Because like you have old people who are tired, like having to go through like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who are like 25, 26, 27, whatever. So we have like more and more websites like for old lonely people who don't want to die alone. You know? So I don't know, maybe your grandma has figured it out.
Okay, listen, my grandmother, all right, has been married for, she's married for, I believe, by now, I'm pretty sure, yes, I went to my grandparents' 25th anniversary, okay, and it's been at least 10 years since then. I'm going to say they've been married for 35 years, all right? So neither of them need that type of snit. In fact, I don't think they know it exists. So, yeah. In peace to Seffi. Shout out to Seffi, the guy who takes my number all the time. I was gonna say something else about fucking Tinder that I just slipped off of my tongue. Oh, here it is.
Oh, it's like you're scared of it, right, Sean?
No, that is not what I was going to say. That is not what I was going to say. But the thing is, okay, there are plenty of grills on Tinder. Now you just said something about one night stands. There are plenty of grills on Tinder that do not want a one night stand. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's more than half. Probably more than 3/4. Probably more than 90% of girls on.
Why do you think they joined Tinder to find the pen pal or something?
Some people want to find a pen pal. Others, I guess, most want a relationship. I would say few want a one night stand. Okay, so when you're spewing this snit,
is different.
Of what?
I think most want one night stand, a lot want relationship, and few want pen pal. And few want just like someone to talk to or practice their like I don't know, like pulling techniques or whatever it's called.
Okay, listen. Well, is this indicative of Slovenia, or is this what you think?
No, I think like I'm pretty sure it's like that. I mean, I think like UK, for UK it must be pretty. What Crazy Max disabled account? What for?
For being an idiot, I'm sure. In the UK, there's so much teen pregnancy that I'm sure mostly in the UK it's for hookups. But I don't know if it's a Connecticut thing, but.
Well, then you're in luck. That's better, even.
What do you mean?
To find a girl that actually wants a relationship. That's some freaking worthy girl. That's better for you. I mean,
yeah. I mean, listen. It all depends on the person. Okay, it depends on the person. Yeah, but as far as a birdie told me, obviously, this is not from me. Obviously, you know. But as far as I can gather, most snit on Tinder, you know, they want an actual relationship, right? Then, you know, friends. Then, at the very bottom, one night stand. Okay, so that's how it is.
You're naive.
Excuse me?
You are naive.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I am, then I hope I am.
Oh my god.
That's for sure.
Yo, Sean. Earlier you said, right, I sent you a video of a girl standards in dating and guy standards in dating. What's your opinion? Are like girls more harsh are they more picky when it comes to choosing men, or are men more picky? What do you think?
Well, you showed me a video about that?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe it didn't.
Maybe I didn't watch all of it, or I didn't watch very much of it. Well, I would say that men are less picky.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's my opinion. You know,
Why?
women.
Because
What?
because they literally want to get laid, or just because they honestly don't care, or just because they know they will not get anything better, or because she's just good, but yeah, better good than nothing.
Well, as a dude, if you get a grill, I guess you can say good enough. I don't know what other words I can say that are better. But yeah, if a girl is good enough, then that's good enough for a dude, especially because from a men's perspective, which women would seem to disagree with, is that it's a lot easier for women to get a man than it is for a man to get a woman. That's some men's perspective. So with
That
that,
can't logically be true though, because like some guys say, okay, it's so much easier for a girl to get laid, or like girls have sex more than men. But that's statistically not possible, Every time a girl has a sex, she has it with a man. So some guy is getting it. It's just not you, and that's why you suck fucking so. So, statistically, it's just even. Like, just because you're not getting it, don't be sorry, bros.
well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I would just think because men are more into, physical snits, whereas women want men that are, can satiate them emotionally, which,
Oh, okay.
some men can do and some can't. I would just think that there's a higher, qualification when it comes to women looking for men. So, you know, I forgot what the original question was, by the way.
If men or if females or males are more picky when it comes to dating.
I would say on average, probably females are more picky. I think.
Yeah,
You probably
I
disagree.
wouldn't agree. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Well,
I wouldn't agree with you.
well,
I mean,
Cash.
like, because, like, for a girl nowadays, like, to be, classed as a good-looking girl, you literally have to have it all, You have to have cute face, you have to have nice eyebrows, you have to have nice lips, you have to have nice tits, nice body, nice hips, nice legs, nice I don't know what, And in the end, you can't even have a cabbage pussy because if you do, it's like a deal breaker, Anyway, like a good personality, be smart, not be a hoe, all that, So like, but for a guy, it's just like you literally like there's only probably two, like you shouldn't be addict of some sort, heroin addict or something, because like no girl will wanna date them, or maybe some even. You need to be probably a bit taller than a girl. Well, most girls feel kind of that way. I don't know why. And you shouldn't be like a complete douche. Even that, like, it's a bit like some girls like bad guys, So I mean, like, unless you're like 150 kilos, like you have a chance, even if you have just a cute face, Whereas if you would apply the same to a girl, I don't think it's like the standards are much more. I don't know. I just feel like a lot more girls take care of themselves than opposed to guys, So there's like more competition.
Well,
I feel like.
we may disagree, but in the end, maybe there's no difference. Maybe there's no difference. That's just how it is. Because the thing about dudes, right, is it's very rare that you'll see a dude be like, I don't want a girl. Whereas I would think more women, like, on average, like, have more time where they're like, I don't care to have a man. Now I'm taking that out of my ass, but I just
Yeah. See, like, because today I just saw something which made me literally just lol out of my ass, seriously. Like, I don't know if you know her, like Mia Khalifa.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. She's getting married, you know, and she's getting married to one like a white dude, and everyone is calling this white dude a cuck, you know, because he's getting married with a porn actress, you know, and that's just like the biggest lol to me because like when it comes to YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, you guys like fucking girls that have tits or boobs or whatever to show. Like if they're whores, if they're sluts, whatever. You watch porn movies, like all of it, you know? But as soon as you're like about to marry a girl or like ask her out, you're like, how many dudes did you sleep with, you know? It's like the biggest hypocrisy of fucking life, you know? Like you like by default you like girls like that, but you don't want to marry them. Like, what?
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I agree. I mean, there's a larger stigma for women that sleep with a lot of guys as opposed to the other way around. You know, that's a double standard for sure. And I guess you're kind of in the ballpark of how dudes seem to get mad when a woman that they, for lack of a better word, watch gets married, because that 0.0001% chance in their head has now gone to zero, and now they're just permanently mad at that woman because now the door has shut, even though it was not open in the first place. But I just don't find Mia Khalifa attractive. That's where I start. So, you know, I can't really relate to
I mean,
this.
to me, it's just funny how like some people like if you open any porn movie up, there's like comments probably, and people are like, "Oh, she's a goddess. She's so hot. Oh my god! Like I would put my D in you or whatever." But then, if like if like she would want to marry you or whatever, you would be like, yeah girl, but how many guys did you sleep with?
Well,
it's a joke, but yeah, I mean, it's funny. The thing is though that the other hypocrisy is that they call this guy a cuck, you know, because he's getting married with a porn actress. But the reality is that this guy probably has more cojones than the regular guy, you know? Because a regular guy is insecure and he wouldn't want to get married with a porn actress because first of all she like slept with a lot of guys, but second of all because like what guy likes his wife getting it from other dudes, you know?
yes.
You really need to have like a high self-esteem and understand this is like a job, you know, for her. It's like you would be married with a waitress that serves 20 guys a coffee a day, you know, and she just serves something else 20 times a day, you know. So like a guy has to have pretty high self-esteem and big cojones, you know. So I don't think he's a cuck, you know. I think he pretty much has a big cojones to be able to marry a porn actress, because I don't think everyone can do it or could do it. Because the jealousy would get in between, or insecurities, or whatever.
Well, you know, that thought has never crossed my mind. Also, Sefi, he got a message here. He said, message to you, Kesh. He said, there's a difference between wanting to smash someone and wanting to marry someone.
Yeah, and that's the hypocrisy I'm talking about. You like one girls for one part of the job to get yourself off every night, but to get yourself off every night when you're married, you want completely other girl.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, for example, we go back to the Tinder snare, right? You, like, if you're looking for a one-night stand, you are most likely not going to marry that person. You just want them for the ass, you know? There's between wanting somebody for the ass and wanting them for them.
Honestly,
sometimes.
No, because I can do it myself better than any guy can, so I don't need anyone. So you're fucking useless, like 95% of you.
Hey, no, hold on, listen. No, we're not going there again. No, listen. I can go on board with men are stupid, but men are useless. You're crossing the line. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that again. Okay, but Sefi has a point during times, okay? You know, you one night stand somebody, you want them for a one night stand. You're not gonna marry that person. You know, and if you are emotionally attached to a person, then sure, you know, you screw them, you marry them, sure. But this Mia Khalifa thing, you know, I don't know, because if you're the average person, you're not gonna screw Mia Khalifa, okay?
You just
So
I just like reminded myself of what. So this was like a Twitter post, right? And a guy commented under. He said, "Oh, Mia's getting married. There's nothing better than saving yourself till marriage. I hope you enjoy your first time." Like, hello, bro. Are you living under the fucking rock?
well, symbolically, that's a really good post. Like symbolically, like, you know, all of those. Listen, hold on. All of those screwings that Mia Khalifa did for her job weren't real.
Meaningful.
They weren't real.
Yeah.
They weren't meaningful. So this dude actually has a point. When, even though I'm pretty sure they had their thing beforehand, but once she actually gets married and does her thing right after, that'll actually be the first time. That's very symbolic by whoever made that tweet. Right, that's for sure. But yeah, you know, that's the thing. You know.
So here you have it, guys. Like, change your favorite porn actress, otherwise you'll be doing it to a married woman.
Yeah, there's a difference. See, that's what Amaranth has tried to cover up. Like all these dudes that watch her Twitch stream, you know, she's trying to hide that she is, you know, I don't know if she's married or not. That's the entire point. But if she is, she's trying to cover that up so that people who think they have a 0.000000001% chance to actually get with her, that does not go down to zero. Because once it goes down to zero, then her whole brand is squashed.
Sad, is not.
Yes, and there's a difference between drooling over a woman who's married and a woman who's not. So that's
No, there is. You'll never get her, so why does it matter? Like,
yes, but in
it
some
should matter. In your brain, it does. There's some click, but it shouldn't. You know, realistically, like when you look at it from logical perspective, it shouldn't matter. You know, I mean, for you, like it makes no difference whatsoever. You know, but somehow it does.
yeah, in reality, it should make no difference. But for some people, that, you know, on the other side, they can't take the chance doesn't go down to zero. They don't take the ultimacy of it until there is absolutely no chance. So
I mean, you can kind of feel that if you're a girl. I mean, like even when I'm playing, like if I'm playing CS:GO, you know, I have guys like when they figure out I'm a girl, they're like, "Hey, honey," you know, and like, "Hey, sweetie," you know, and then I tell them my age, and they just go quiet, you know. And they're disgusted with themselves that they're being hitting on the older girl, you know. Like, I was hitting on the fucking half MILF, you know, or whatever. But in reality, it shouldn't have not mattered, you know, because like before that, there was 0.000000000 chance that I will ever hook up with that guy, you know. And after I tell him my age, the chances are pretty much the same zero as well, you know. There's no difference.
okay, in a logic standpoint, yes, but to people who are trying to get it in, it's not the same. So, listen, you're correct, but psychologically wrong. But yeah, you know, that's how it is. Speaking of wrong, I'm gonna end the show on one more note. We have the quotes of the day. So last night, Lucas in the CNR Discord was talking about getting a new PC, and obviously, as you know, Lucas, he you know, ever since he got out of jail, I guess, He's been playing games on a 8-year-old nasty rust bucket of a laptop, an AMD laptop. So, he wants to save up some cash and get some, but obviously Lucas is a lazy cocksucker because, number one, he will not build one. And he initially said he's going to get a Walmart one. So that's a double lazy right there. Like, why? Listen. Why? First off, Blair's, like, me and Bega were trying to, like, talk to him. And then Blair's came in and just derailed the entire conversation, for fuck's sake. So GG to James, just won Lotto. But, yeah, listen, here's the thing. The lowest end the Walmart PC is like $800 or some snit. Yet his budget is like $500, which makes no sense to me. I don't know what this dude is really on about. You can get a lot of cheap snits. That's really good, first of all. And then you got...
if you build it yourself.
Yeah, if you build it yourself. But even, I guess some pre-builts are decent as well. But, you got gaze.
My first tip to him is don't buy motherboard based on whether it has Wi-Fi adapter or not.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Here I thought you were gonna actually have a very insightful, huge tip, and it's to fucking bash me.
That's a very good tip, bro.
Listen.
I built 5 PCs on my own already. It's so easy, Lucas. If you cannot do it, you're literally a retard. It used to be harder to build pieces 10, 15 years ago because you could actually screw up and toast something, But nowadays everything is so safe. If you don't literally push CPU in wrong way and you have markings everywhere to fucking destroy the pins or whatever, you'll be good, There's nothing you can screw up.
Are you making fun of me again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not build your own PC?
I did, but I also broke a pin. I broke a pin. Yeah, I did.
How?
Because I was replacing the cooler, and that shit was I took off the stock cooler, right? Because the AMD stock cooler is fucking annoying. It's the fucking lights and shit. But I unhooked the fucking cooler and it wouldn't come off. So it's supposed to slide off, So I fucking had to pull that shit because that's the only way it could come out. So the fucking CPU stuck to the bottom of the fucking cooler. And it may have.
How can you pull CPU out even if you pull with the force up to the you hold the cooler and you pull it up there's a guard that holds CPU into
and I
did you think at some point
I removed the guard and it still didn't come out.
What?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why. I don't know why.
It occurred to you, okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong, it shouldn't
No,
need
I
so
did
much
nothing.
force.
I did nothing wrong. I don't think I did anything wrong.
My God.
Okay, but that's not how it broke. So I tried to no, hold on. When it came out, it's misaligned pins. So a lot were fucking not a lot, but some were sideways. So I had to use something to straighten them all out, and it took a damn long time to straighten them all out.
I got a CPU from some friend, and his pins were bent, and he's bent. But honestly, I was what the fuck were you doing with your CPU? How can you even bend them that way? So I used tweezers to slowly bend them back, kind of.
Yes, it was a real pain in the ass, and it was very headache-inducing for damn sure. The thought that I broke a $300 CPU, it's fucking great. But I got it in. But the problem is, it took so much to get it in. At some point, because I had to put the Noct 2 shit on it, so I kept trying to put it back on, and it wouldn't go in. I tried it 5-6 times, and then after I was like, you know what, fuck this shit. If I break this shit, fuck it. So I force it in, and it snaps in. And now it works perfectly. I'm like, wow,
We probably destroyed like a pin or two, but hey ho.
maybe. So, so thank God I'm not gonna remove it again. Hopefully, because that's the last time I'm
The
gonna
only,
replace it.
the only annoying shit I figured out is that I once didn't put like my hair in ponytail when I was like applying thermal paste, and then like my CPU had like weird temperatures or whatever. I took it apart and I figured out there's literally like 2 strings of my hair in the middle of the fucking thermal paste. So I don't know, like it didn't like set on fire or something, like surprisingly, but I was like, oh, that's not a good way to build a PC with your hair everywhere.
It's kind of funny how just 2 strands of hair fucks the entire thing up. GG.
Well, it doesn't like completely fuck it, just like, it's
Well, I'm sure if the off chance that Lucas listens to the horror stories that we just said would encourage him to actually build, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't. But he went on saying, Gary, like, oh, I'm just gonna get something off of Craigslist. I think Macker said the same thing, and I'm like, bro, like, honestly, dude, honestly, getting older snit does not. So hold on. Getting older cheap snit does not mean it's any better. No, better or worse, but it's not like, for example, hold on. So you can get something now, $500 budget, that is as good as something that's old. But you got more upgradability, you know what I mean? Because if Lucas gets something off of Craigslist, for example, and he gets something that's in the DDR3 era, he's getting donkey today. He's getting donkey today if he does that. Because, listen, there's no upgradability path, you feel me? I understand he doesn't give a shit, and that he's retarded, and he just wants to play a game. But, you gotta research this snit up before you actually, like, do it.
Commit to something.
Yes, because you gotta have something that lasts quite a while, and down the line, if you want to upgrade it, you can upgrade it without changing the entire thing. So, for example, if Lucas gets some faggotry from Craigslist that's in the DDR3 era, and all of a sudden, it ain't really cutting it, then even if you upgrade that, it's not gonna be any different. I guess it's the graphics card or something, but still, you gotta make sure you do something right. But Lucas, I'm sure he'll do something wrong. He'll either get a Craigslist Gary or Walmart, and Walmart's fucking good.
If your budget is $500, if you build it yourself, you can actually get PC for like $700 or $750, because just by doing work yourself, you're gonna save like $250, and you're gonna make sure like they're not gonna put like, because like when they build PC, they always cut corners somewhere. They'll put cheap fans in, cheap cables, cheap RAM, off-brand RAM. I don't know. They'll put like when there's more versions of the same motherboard, they'll put like the cheaper one in, or they will give you a snit case. Yeah, that. Or they will like give you a shit cooler, or what else, like super sheet like hard drives with like that they will like have super low speeds of reading and writing or whatever, they will cut corners somewhere because they just do it, but if you do it yourself, you don't have to cut corners, because just by doing work yourself, you're gonna save enough money to not buy like trash shit, and have to cut corners somewhere.
Exactly, that's completely correct. Very correct. But
put your hair up in a ponytail and just fucking do it, bro.
He's gotta cut his hair first. But yeah, hopefully Lucas makes the right decision. But the quote of the night from that is, so Blair's, he derailed the entire conversation, and he said that a new laptop is a luxury item, which in some contexts is right. Yeah. Obviously, Lucas shouldn't get a laptop because he can't get one that cheap that does good snit. So yeah, Belair said new laptop is a luxury item, the good ones, and they did a wink emoji. So then Blister says he's from Jamaica. They peel pineapples by hands. So Belair's destroys him and saying, "And you are from my pussy hole." Drop one of Clue's bombs for Belair's, goddammit. God damn it, man! I tell you, man, that's some white guy snit if I've ever seen it, man. That's some white guy snit.
No, Blister's gonna be depressed for a month just because he's from Finland.
Yes, here's the thing, because it hit home a little bit because obviously I am also Jamaican. I'm also Jamaican. So whenever you see an ignorant white dude say a sentence about a country they have no idea about, and Blair destroys him, and he says nothing else, then that very good.
Felt good, man.
Feels good, man. Yes. Feels good, man. So yeah, GG. A laptop is indeed a luxury item. Anyway, yeah, that'll do it for the plus. One more thing, and I'm not supposed to say this because he put it in a secret place, but Blaster got a new computer, and speaking of Jamaica versus Finland, mine is better. So there you go. So that'll do it for the Punkery Show. Tomorrow, I don't know. Is it bigger? I don't know, but it's better. Just slightly better. Yes. Yeah. Well, in that case, it is bigger and way better because Finland on the anyway. Anyway, that's gonna do it for the Punkery Show. I don't know what, if anything, will happen tomorrow. I don't know. But either way, for Cash, this is Rashawn, and we'll see you next week. Unless the radio breaks on the next Punkery Show. Next time. See ya.